Imagine quitting one of the highest paying jobs in America. Not because you were fired. Not because your company failed. But because you believed the internet was about to change the world. In 1994, the internet was growing at an astonishing rate. Most people had never used it. Many didn't even understand what it was. To them, it looked like a risky experiment. But one man saw something different. He didn't see websites. He didn't see computers. He saw the future of commerce. That man was Jeff Bezos. He would leave behind a comfortable career, drive across America, start a company inside a small garage, and slowly build a business that would change the way billions of people shop. A company that would expand into cloud computing, streaming, artificial intelligence, robotics, and global logistics. Today, it's one of the most valuable companies in the world. This is not just the story of Amazon. It's the story of taking an extraordinary risk, thinking decades ahead, and becoming obsessed with one simple idea. The customer comes first. Welcome to Empires. Let's uncover how Amazon conquered the world. In the early 1990s, Jeff Bezos had what many people dream of. He worked at the successful investment firm D.E. Shaw & Co. on Wall Street. He earned an excellent salary. His career was moving quickly. From the outside, his future looked secure. Then one report caught his attention. Internet usage was growing by more than 2,000% a year. To Bezos, that number wasn't just impressive. It represented a once-in-a-generation opportunity. He later described using what he called a regret minimization framework. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" he asked, "When I'm 80 years old, will I regret not trying?" The answer became obvious. Sometimes, the biggest opportunities require leaving behind the safest path. In 1994, Jeff Bezos resigned from his Wall Street job. Many people thought he was making a terrible mistake. History would prove otherwise. Here is an interesting question. If Bezos wanted to build the world's biggest online store, why didn't he start by selling everything? Why books? Before launching the company, Bezos created a list of products that could potentially be sold online. Computer software, music, office supplies, clothing, electronics. He carefully analyzed each category. Then one product stood out. Books. There were millions of book titles available. Far more than any physical bookstore could keep on its shelves. An online store didn't have the same limitation. Customers could browse an enormous catalog from home. Books weren't the final destination. They were the perfect beginning. They allowed Amazon to test a revolutionary idea. Could people trust the internet enough to buy something without ever touching it first? At the time, that was a much bigger question than it sounds today. Like many legendary startups, Amazon began in a garage. Bezos and his small team worked from a rented house in Bellevue. The office wasn't glamorous. In fact, they built desks using inexpensive wooden doors instead of buying expensive office furniture. Those simple, door desks, became part of Amazon's culture. Not because they looked impressive, but because they represented something important. Spend money where it creates value for customers, not where it simply looks good. Even today, door desks are remembered as a symbol of Amazon's early focus on frugality. The company wasn't trying to appear successful. It was trying to become successful. That's an important difference. Many startups spend money trying to look like large companies. Amazon behaved differently. It acted as though every dollar mattered. Because in the beginning, it did. Then came the moment every entrepreneur waits for. The first customer. The first sale. The first proof that an idea might actually work. In 1995, Amazon officially launched its website. At first, very few people knew it existed. There were no massive advertising campaigns. No celebrity endorsements. No global brand recognition. Then, an order arrived. Someone had purchased a book. The team celebrated. Not because they had become rich, but because a complete stranger trusted a company they would never heard of enough to buy something online. That first order represented much more than a sale. It represented trust. And trust would become Amazon's greatest asset. Soon, Another order arrived. Then another. Then hundreds. Then thousands. The small startup began attracting customers from across the United States. And eventually, around the world. Most companies focus on one question. How can we make more money? Jeff Bezos focused on a different question. How can we make customers happier? That philosophy shaped almost every decision Amazon made. Fast delivery. Competitive prices. Simple returns. Customer reviews. Recommendations. Easy checkout. Many of these ideas now seem ordinary. But in the 1990s, they were revolutionary. Bezos believed that satisfied customers wouldn't just come back. They would tell other people. And that word of mouth would become the company's most powerful form of marketing. Instead of optimizing for the next quarter, Amazon often made decisions designed to strengthen customer trust over many years. That long-term thinking became one of the company's defining characteristics. As internet adoption accelerated, Amazon's growth accelerated too. More customers discovered online shopping. More publishers joined the platform. Revenue increased rapidly. Investors became excited. But rapid growth created new problems. Orders multiplied. Warehouse became busier. Hiring accelerated. Competition intensified. Success was arriving, faster than the company had anticipated. And then, just as Amazon seemed unstoppable, the entire internet industry was about to face its biggest crisis. Amazon had gone from a garage startup to one of the fastest growing internet companies in America. Investors were optimistic. Customers loved the service. The future looked incredibly bright. But in the year 2000, everything changed. The dot-com bubble burst. Internet companies collapsed. Billions of dollars disappeared. Experts predicted that Amazon would be next. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how Amazon survived near bankruptcy, why Jeff Bezos ignored critics, and how bold bets like Amazon Prime, Amazon Web Services, and the Amazon Kindle transformed a bookstore into a global empire. The late 1990s were unlike anything the business world had ever seen. Investors poured billions of dollars into internet companies. Many startups had little more than a website. Yet they were valued at astonishing prices. People believed the internet would change everything. And they were right. But there was one problem. Many companies had exciting ideas. Yet no sustainable business model. Then, in the year 2000, the bubble burst. Stock prices collapsed. Companies shut down. Investors lost billions. Businesses that had once seemed unstoppable disappeared almost overnight. Amazon wasn't immune. Its stock price fell dramatically. Many analysts questioned whether the company would survive. Some newspapers even predicted Amazon's collapse. Wall Street criticized Jeff Bezos for investing too much and earning too little profit. From the outside, Amazon looked like another internet company heading toward failure. But Jeff Bezos saw the situation differently. Imagine building a company while almost everyone around you says you are making a mistake. Investors want immediate profits. Experts question every decision. The media doubts your future. Most CEOs would change course. Jeff Bezos didn't. He believed something most people didn't. If Amazon focused relentlessly on customers, profits would eventually follow. Instead of maximizing short-term earnings, the company continued investing. More warehouse, better technology, faster delivery, improved customer service. To many investors, it looked reckless. Why spend billions, instead of reporting larger profits? Because Bezos wasn't trying to win the next quarter. He was trying to build the next generation of commerce. This became one of Amazon's greatest advantages. While competitors optimized for quarterly results, Amazon optimized for the next decade. Inside Amazon, there's a phrase that shaped almost every decision. Customer obsession. Not customer satisfaction. Customer obsession. The difference matters. Many businesses ask, what do our competitors do? Amazon often asked, what would make life easier for customers? That single question influenced countless innovations. One-click purchasing. Easy returns. Reliable recommendations. Fast shipping. Transparent reviews. Even customer reviews, including negative ones, were displayed openly. Some companies worried negative reviews would reduce sales. Amazon believed honesty would increase trust. And trust creates loyal customers. Jeff Bezos often repeated a simple philosophy. Asterisk, if you make customers happy, they'll keep coming back. Star. It sounds simple. But consistently building a company around that principle is incredibly difficult. Then came one of Amazon's boldest decisions. In 2005, the company introduced Amazon Prime. Customers would pay a yearly membership fee and receive faster shipping on eligible items. At the time, many people thought it made no financial sense. Shipping was expensive. Could Amazon really afford to deliver products so quickly? Would customers even pay for it? But Bezos wasn't thinking about shipping. He was thinking about habits. The easier shopping became, the more often customers would return. Prime wasn't simply a membership. It became a reason to choose Amazon first. Again, and again, and again. Today, Prime has grown far beyond shipping. It includes entertainment, music, reading, gaming benefits, and much more. What began as a risky idea became one of Amazon's most powerful competitive advantages. Here is a surprising question. What do you think makes Amazon the most money today? Online shopping, Prime memberships, advertising. Many people assume it's the online store. But one of Amazon's most profitable businesses started almost by accident. As Amazon expanded, it built enormous computer infrastructure to run its website. Powerful servers, massive storage systems, reliable networking. Eventually, the company realized something. Other businesses needed the same technology. Instead of keeping those resources only for itself, Amazon decided to offer them to other companies. In 2006, it launched Amazon Web Services, commonly known as AWS. Today, millions of businesses, from startups to global enterprises, use cloud services to build websites, store data, and run applications. AWS became one of the pioneers of modern cloud computing. It helped transform Amazon from an online retailer into a technology powerhouse. Sometimes, the biggest business opportunities aren't the ones you originally planned. They are the ones you discover while solving your own problems. Remember how Amazon started? Selling books. Years later, Jeff Bezos asked another question. What if books didn't need paper? In 2007, Amazon introduced the Amazon Kindle. For readers, it meant carrying thousands of books in one lightweight device. For authors, it opened new ways to reach audiences. For Amazon, it represented something much bigger. The company wasn't protecting the past. It was willing to reinvent the very category that had made it successful. That's a rare quality. Great companies don't wait for someone else to disrupt them. They try to innovate before competitors do. Amazon had survived the dot-com crash. It had transformed customer expectations. It had launched Prime, created AWS, reinvented reading with Kindle. But Jeff Bezos was thinking even bigger. He didn't just want to build an online store. He wanted Amazon to become the infrastructure behind modern commerce. In the final chapter, we'll uncover how Amazon built one of the world's largest logistics networks, how artificial intelligence is shaping its future, the mistakes Amazon made along the way, and the powerful lessons every entrepreneur can learn from its extraordinary rise. By the mid-2000s, Amazon had become one of the world's biggest online retailers. But Jeff Bezos believed something important. No single company could sell everything. Instead of trying to stock every product itself, Amazon made a bold decision. It invited other businesses to sell on its platform. This became the Amazon Marketplace. Small businesses suddenly had access to millions of customers. Entrepreneurs could reach people around the world without building their own e-commerce websites. Customers benefited too. They had more choices, more competitive prices, and a wider variety of products. Amazon stopped being just a retailer. It became a marketplace. That shift fundamentally changed the company's business model. Rather than selling every item itself, Amazon could also earn revenue by providing the platform and services that helped others sell. Think about the last time you ordered something online. Maybe it arrived the next day. Maybe even the same day. It feels almost ordinary now. But behind that convenience is one of the most complex logistics systems ever built. Amazon invested billions of dollars in warehouse, fulfillment centers, sorting facilities, delivery vehicles, and advanced software. The company also expanded the use of robotics in many of its fulfillment centers to help move inventory more efficiently alongside human workers. Most people see a package arriving at their doorstep. What they don't see is the enormous network working behind the scenes. Thousands of facilities, millions of products, sophisticated inventory management, complex delivery planning. Amazon wasn't simply delivering packages. It was building infrastructure. Infrastructure that would become incredibly difficult for competitors to match. Today, Amazon is no longer just an online store. It's a technology company, a logistics company, a cloud computing company, an entertainment company, and increasingly, an artificial intelligence company. I helps Amazon improve product recommendations, forecast inventory, optimize delivery routes, detect fraud, support customer service, and power many of the cloud services offered through Amazon Web Services. Technology continues to evolve, and Amazon continues investing in the next generation of innovation. Not because the future is guaranteed, but because the company believes standing still is one of the biggest risks in business. No company grows to Amazon's size without facing criticism. Over the years, Amazon has been criticized on a range of issues, including workplace conditions reported by some employees, competition concerns, the treatment of third-party sellers, and the environmental impact of large-scale logistics. These topics have been the subject of public debate, media reporting, and regulatory scrutiny in multiple countries. Supporters argue that Amazon has created millions of jobs, expanded opportunities for small businesses, and made shopping faster and more convenient. Critics argue that large technology companies also carry significant responsibilities because of their size and influence. Whether people admire Amazon, criticize it, or both, few would disagree on one point. It has fundamentally changed global commerce. In 2021, after leading Amazon for more than 25 years, Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO. Leadership passed to Andy Jassy, who had previously led AWS. For many people, it felt like the end of an extraordinary era. But Bezos had always believed something important. Great companies should outlive their founders. The goal isn't to build a business that depends on one person. The goal is to build systems, culture, and leadership that continue creating value for decades. People often ask, what made Amazon so successful? Was it technology? Low prices? Fast delivery? Jeff Bezos? The answer is all of those things. But beneath them lies a philosophy that shaped every major decision. Think long-term. Obsess over customers. Be willing to experiment. Accept that some experiments will fail. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep building. Amazon launched products that didn't succeed. It invested in ideas that didn't work out. It faced setbacks, competition, criticism. But it continued experimenting. Because innovation is impossible without occasional failure. That's one of the biggest lessons from Amazon's story. Most people fear failure so much, they never begin. Amazon accepted failure as part of the process, and focused on learning quickly. Imagine standing in a small garage in 1994. A few desks. A handful of employees. Shelves filled with books. No one could have predicted that this tiny startup would one day influence how the world shops, reads, watches movies, stores data, and builds businesses. Amazon didn't become a global empire overnight. It grew one customer at a time. One innovation at a time. One bold decision at a time. The greatest companies don't succeed because they avoid change. They succeed because they embrace it. They ask difficult questions. They challenge old assumptions. And they keep thinking years ahead, while others focus only on today. Whether you want to start a business, build a career, or simply think differently, Amazon's journey offers a timeless lesson. Success doesn't belong to the biggest company. It belongs to the company that's willing to keep evolving. Thank you for watching Empires. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more stories about the world's greatest companies, their boldest decisions, their biggest failures, and the strategies that built modern business empires. Because next time, we'll uncover another extraordinary business story, and the lessons hidden behind its success. Until then, stay curious, keep learning, and remember, every empire begins with one bold idea, but it grows through relentless execution.